Hi, I'm Edward Rozinsky and I'm teaching stage movement at the University of Miami Drama Department. This is our first show from series of shows which will be produced by the Drama Department of University of Miami. But our show is going to be slightly different from other talk shows because the guests of our show will be show. And let me explain you something about it. Every time we will have show here on television, we will bring a new production produced by the Ring Theater at the University of Miami. And we produce every year 5 major productions, and several productions are produced on our other stages. So every time we have a new production, we'll bring it here and we will talk about this production in our show. We called our show Off Stage. We call it Off Stage because we are going to take you off stage. We are going to introduce you to people who do the productions, to directors, stage designers, costume designers, choreographers, and of course to our actors. Our actors are students, but in a year or two they will become professional actors, and some of them probably will become stars. Today our first guest is a production of rock musical Lysistrata. The play Lysistrata originally was written in the year 400 before Christ. So for almost 2,500 years, this play written by Aristophanes was inspiring many directors and thousands of actors to produce, to do the play, to do the production on this play. But I think better about this particular production, Lysistrata, will tell you people who did the production. We have guests today in our studio, director of Lysistrata, Robert Lowry, and students Jean Mazmanian and Hector Millian. Mr. Lowry, tell us more about how the idea to pick up the play Lysistrata, or to base your production of Lysistrata, came to your mind.
Okay, Ed. The idea started about, well, I hate to say how many years ago, 1958 to be exact. We did a production of Lysistrata at Studebaker Theater in Chicago. And we had about half the Second City Company in the production at that time. Mike Nichols, Elaine May, Barbara Harris, and the people who have since gone on to great fame. And the director was Basil Langham, who came from the Old Vic in London, and he brought a whole bunch of his actors with him from London. And we tried to get the show together. The Second City people were improvising, doing their number, and the English actors are going with grand style, so we had some going like this, and we had some going, hey man, what's happening, you know, and like that. And so Basil Langham lasted about 2 weeks and just threw his hands up in the air and he said, the heck with it, I can't handle this. So they brought in Paul Sills, who started the Second City group in Chicago, and he tried to get it together, and he worked fine with the improvisational people, but he couldn't handle the grand actors either, so he left after about 2 weeks. And so we got another director in, whose name I can't remember to save my life. At any rate, we were reviewed. We got the show open. And I reviewed by Claudia Cassidy, who was one of the premier critics in the country at the time, said this had to be the worst production since the 2,375-year original. So but I always thought it had a chance, and I thought if music was added to it, and I thought if the music was good, which it is, thanks to these guys, that we'd have a real shot. And so that was our approach to it. And I had the chance because the department wanted to do a Greek play. They didn't know I was going to do it this way, but they wanted to do a Greek play. So
let me ask you something. Every time Lysistrata, an original play translated into English, produced in a different theater with a different company, of course it's a different production. And we're talking about the what was your concept when you started to do this play? You should have something besides that. You decided to do it with music. What was it about?
Well, I thought that the theme, which is war and peace and sex, battle of the sexes, I thought that the theme held it together. I think it's a theme that is as important today as it was 2,000 some odd years ago. I don't think that's changed, and I think that holds the play together. I think we've tried to understand what Aristophanes was really saying when he wrote the play. There was all kinds of battles going on in Greece at the time, and they had just lost a big battle in Sicily at I forget the name of the city now, and they were fighting with Sparta.
Peloponnese, I think it was a Peloponnese War.
There was a Peloponnesian War too in there.
Yeah.
But the whole country was going down the tubes, and it's much the same in some ways as is happening to many countries in the world today. And we think maybe if we don't do something about it and stop this foolishness of killing one another and war and find some reason for peace, it's just liable to happen again. And that's a strong theme in the play and something we've dwelt upon, I think.
Okay, I think we should go ahead and see a piece of the production we pre-recorded so we can see what's going on there.
A rehearsal tape, kind of, right? It's just...
Yeah, I would say
it's a rehearsal tape, because the one we recorded is really a big production number with 28 other people. The girls do a beautiful job on it, but it's just a piece of rehearsal.
Okay. Let's see.
Well, you've seen it for yourself. They're in heat. There ain't nothing I can do about it. I tried. A minute ago, I caught one scooping out the little hole that breaks through just below Pan's grotto. One slid down a rope, another just flat deserted. Last night, I caught one doing charity work for the local hall house. I took her and I dragged her back by the hair. And excuse the shit, I heard them all. Here comes one. Watch. Hi, honey. Hi. What you up to? Oh, about 5'3"? No. What you up to? Oh. I had to get home, man. I got all these lovely in the wool of my house. Wool. And the moths, they will just simply eat the feet. Feet, huh? Yes. I'll bet. Now get back inside. Oh, I'll be right back. I just have to have time to spread it on the couch. No, honey. Your wool will stay unspread. Huh? And you will stay here. Get back inside. May, does she mean not to let my feet work right? Possibly.
Oh dear! Oh goodness! What shall I do? My flax! I left home and forgot to peel it.
Hold it! Another one! She suffers from unpeeled flax.
I'll just be a minute. I just have to run home and pluck the fibers.
No plucking. See, you go home and do your plucking, and everyone else will want to go home and do their plucking too. Get back inside.
Oh, goddess of childbirth, please grant that I not deliver on this sacred precinct.
What the hell is this?
I'm due any second now.
You weren't pregnant yesterday.
Oh, I am today. It's a miracle. I've got to go home and find a midwife. I may not even make it.
Oh, you can do better than that, honey.
Oh!
Let's see. It's hot.
civil war. I'd hate to see an uncivil one.
Listen, you better stop and think twice better. Be sure of what you do and listen. We're men and it's our job to think. We're gonna put you in your place. We'd rather see you burn until you understand who's boss. So burn! Burn! Listen, 'cause everybody knows that women are only good for love and listen. What makes you think we'll sit and watch? It tells us all just what to do. We'd rather see you burn until you understand who's boss. So burn! Burn! Don't be wasteful of the future, full of dreams to last a lifetime. You play with fire, gets you burned. Stop right now before it's not too late, 'cause nothing's gonna get in our way. Rather see you burn until you understand who's boss. So burn, so burn, so burn. Come on in, burn, so burn, so burn. So burn!
Tried to smoke us like ham, but we resisted and we won. They tried to put us in our place, say we're only good for sex. Dumber than we thought. In no time they'll be had. The fire hasn't any strength to sit and watch us kill the flame. We will fight until the end with hearts, hands, and female strength. We will fight until the end. Women of the world unite. We will fight until the end with hearts, hands, and female strength. We will fight until the end. Women of the world unite. No se puede abusar del amor de una mujer. Ella no existe la paz, ella no hay felicidad. Sexo masculino pierde en sí mismo, suelven sus conflictos, guerra, destrucción, gana más. Vamos a sobrevivir, no vas a
That was very interesting. And the music is really exciting. I think this kind of music couldn't come from ancient Greece or something like this. So where'd you get the music?
It was ancient Miami kind of thing. I think it was. These two fellas on my left had most to do with that. Had Hector Melia over there, and Jean, the Frenchman, Masmanian, did most of the music. And then there was a Cubito Lopez, who is not here with us today,
Yeah.
who was one of the more outstanding students we've had in many years. But
Yeah.
talk to us about the music and how you went about creating it.
Well, see what we did. I've been trying to push my music for a long time in the department. And I just give out tapes. And I spoke to Mr. Lowry at the beginning of the year, and I said, if you need any music, just let us know. And I think he liked it. I gave him a tape, and he asked us to just work on some themes and some music.
Yeah, well, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You are an acting student, right?
Yeah.
Performance student.
Yeah.
And we don't teach you how to compose the music. So how did you get involved in this thing?
I don't know, I just did it.
You just start composing music?
Yeah. I like it, and I mean, why limit yourself?
And he's
Right.
been writing for a long time,
Yeah.
composing, putting music to poems and stuff like that. So he's
Yeah.
been doing it for quite a few years.
Jean, what can you say about the music? You work together with Hector on the music and lyrics. What would you say?
Well, we kind of, both of us had inclination for music for long times, I guess, whether we accepted or denied. We both have love for music, and this was an opportunity for us to express what we feel, take a concept from a show, and whatever inspiration you get out of it, and try to put music out. And it was a nice experience, and it's still a nice experience, and especially putting the show out, working on it, working with talented people. I mean, it's fun.
I think this music will be, can become popular because it's sort of gets in you when you listen to this music. And I see a guitar here.
Yeah.
Does it mean that we can hear something right here live?
Well, we wanted to. That was the idea, putting it here.
Okay. So who you have with you today?
Well, we have two of the actresses from the show. We have Lysistrata, which is being played by Denise Sanchez, and we have Kalanike by Wendy Wilkins. And they're going to sing a song, and I'm going to accompany them.
Okay, we would like to hear that.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
We'll address you citizens in beneficial candor, patriotic accents as our breeding says we must. Since from the age of 7, they grace me with a splendid string of civic triumphs to signalize her trust. The Yankees are behind it. They must have masterminded some morbid local contacts. These men are straightway acting. I was a relic girl quite early, then advanced to maid of barley. Pageant of the bear, I played the lead. To cap this whole progression, I led the whole procession at the St. Patrick's Day parade. And the battle of the sexes rages on. When your mind and your heart stumble into darkness, killing light. We've seen our city fall apart right before our eyes, and the struggle grows as the story goes far into the night. So the battle of the sexes raged on.
So the battle of the sexes, that's very interesting. Thank you, girls. I heard that the part of the songs, part of the show, you perform in Spanish. Would you please explain us
Some
why
of the
is it?
scenes and some of the songs have Spanish lyrics and Spanish words. It
What-
just, I think it goes along with the whole theme of the show, that coming together united as one, you can solve any problem. So we're showing the English-speaking and the Spanish-speaking people coming together as one, showing the united front battling this problem, which can be done.
Okay, thank you, Denise. Wendy, I have a question to you. You are not just an actress in the show, you are a choreographer.
Yes.
That's very interesting because, again, as with Hector and Jean, we don't teach choreographers in our department, but somehow you guys become everything. Would you explain us where did you get this?
Well, I've gotten this from watching MTV. I've gotten it from things he's given me, ideas that he's wanted to use. I watch people dancing like Denise and other members of the cast, and I've taken what people do best and put it up on stage.
The music inspired you also.
Oh yeah,
music
definitely.
And she started
2
dancing
years.
and staging when she was 4 years old. So it's nothing new for her.
So she
Helps.
first was a choreographer and then
Yeah.
I see. By the way, I was going to ask you about, you have a choreographer student, you have a student, a musical director, a composer student, even a stage designer for the show is a student. What's his name? I'm sorry.
Gene Medeiros.
Gene Medeiros. And that's interesting because it's unusual for our department.
Well, I think with the new program we have, with the new conservatory, which has majors in design and majors in music comedy and majors in performance and acting and so on and so forth, we're training young professionals now with a greater degree of intensity and success than we ever did before. And Gene has come along a long way, and he's an outstanding student. So we thought, well, give him a shot. We're all going out on the limb with a new show anyway, with new music and an absolutely new translation. Why not give a new designer a chance too? That was our feeling, I think.
Yeah, and I think the enthusiasm they do this sometimes even better than when professionals just do their job.
Yeah.
When students are really excited about
No
doing
question.
a new production,
Yeah.
completely new music, new choreography. Nobody ever did it before,
Yeah.
anything like this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for coming to the show. Thank you very much, and I hope we'll see you more in our other shows, because we are going to continue with these shows, and every time, as I said at the beginning, we'll come up with another production which would be a guest of our show. For instance, next our show will be fully dedicated to our freshman students who just started to make their first steps on stage. One of our shows will be dedicated to our former students, as I said, and the others you will see our new productions which would be guests of our show. Thank you for watching us. I hope we'll see you again. I hope you will see us again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.